Hey guys, welcome back to Ace Cafe Bikes. Back in the garage tonight, and before we dive in to the GS1100 here, I have to say a huge thank you to everyone that's watched the 2 videos we have on this bike so far, and the overwhelming response that I had to the request for help. I mean, it's absolutely just reiterates everything that we always say about this motorcycle community. The people there they're there. They're willing to help. It's just unbiased support. They don't care that you're stuck. They want to help you get unstuck. And again, thank you so much for the comments and the recent subscriptions. You know, it's blowing me away, and I just appreciate it. Everything you guys are doing. So thank you. Now let's get busy. Okay, so from the comments, we've got several ideas, and we're going to kind of walk through those ideas tonight. The overwhelming response is that it's just the valve cover gasket, but we're going to try to debunk some of the other things as we kind of work our way up to that, and then eventually we'll get those off and we'll see what's happening inside there. Now, I have to admit or confess, I have done some work on this off camera, and I have determined pretty much where the oil leak is coming from. But we'll get to that, and we'll talk about all the things that people have mentioned. One of the things was the oil level. Someone had said, well, perhaps it's just overfilled, and when you start it, it's just trying to exude all that extra oil out. I don't think that's the case. Here's a little clip of the sight. It's on the center stand. It's spewed out a bunch of oil, and we're at about mid. So we're right between low and high. And when you start it, or when you try to start it, it immediately starts to circulate. So obviously we know the oil pump works. So that's great news. We're getting oil pressure. The next item was the carburetors. I have taken the carburetors back off. I have gone back through them. I think they look really nice and clean, and we put them back on. Not a big deal. That didn't take very long to do, and happy to do it. The next thing, people, you know, as they're talking about the valve cover gasket, the second best one was just clean it really, really well. Degrease the crap out of it. Pressure wash it. Well, it's winter here. I say it's winter, but it's been averaging 40 degrees, which, you know, I could get the hose back out, but you never know. It's gonna die back down. So we didn't get the hose out, but what we did do, and here's a clip of that, is we sprayed gunk foamy all over it, let that kind of chew it up, you know, do its little thing that it does with all its bubbles, and then we rinsed it off with Super Clean. I got that from a giveaway from my good buddy Zach over at Moto Mango. That smells pretty good, actually. I mean, that's pretty neat. And so anyway, we rinsed it off with that. We wiped it off, got it as clean as we could, blew it off with the air compressor to kind of dry it, and then we fired it back up. And I thought, you know, for this long, I thought that was magic. No more oil leak. And anyway, it took about 2 minutes, 3 minutes for it to really get circulating, and then here it just came, just like before. I was just getting the fan out to blow on the engine so we don't, you know, get hot or too hot, which, you know, 2 or 3 minutes isn't going to do that, I don't think, but safeguards. And I started blowing the fan on it, and it just, right like before, oil is just spewing out the front, blowing in the wind. It was something else, I tell you. But nonetheless, shut the bike down, and I was kind of examining where it had been now since, you know, it was clean. And here's a clip of that. It was just kind of mulling over. And so basically, here, I'll grab you guys. All right, we'll turn a little light on. Basically, it's coming right, oh, there's still more oil in there. It was filling that up. I don't know if I can get my finger in there. There, filling it up right here. And then right there is actually underneath the carbs in between cylinder, I don't know how they're numbered, but we'll say 3 and 4 coming out of that. Rolling, I think I might actually have a better video of this, so if I do, I'll put it up. If not, it was rolling in between these fins, rolling to the front, and then drip, 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 all the way down the front. Now, some of you might be thinking, that's not a surprise, Mike. That's called gravity. And you're right. It obviously wasn't leaking from the bottom, otherwise it would never have been at the top. So it's coming from the top from somewhere, and then coming from the back, and only exit was, or coming from the back of the valve cover, the only exit was to the back. Coming around the back, well, then the fins are tipped like this, so they just roll off the front. Makes sense. All right, guys, so I'm gonna start it up again. I want to draw your attention to right there. Watch and see if you see what I see. You see that? Ready? Isn't that something? That's the darndest thing. You know, just a tiny little thing like that, missing a chunk of your gasket. Oil all over your engine. Who would have thought that would have been a problem? Anyway, like many of you guys have said, maybe this is the perfect opportunity though to get that off, obviously you're gonna have to replace the gasket, but then also check timing and get this bike to really run properly. And hopefully that's all it is. Hopefully it's not as devastating as some have said, that maybe the heads are warped and you're gonna have to redo the entire engine, take it out, completely restore it or rework it. I don't think we're gonna have to take it that deep, but one thing at a time, right? We're baby stepping this through, trying to prove that, yeah, whoever had this before us had good intentions. And sorry to say though, guys, you know, I don't have time to do that tonight, and I just wanted to get some sort of conclusion to this rampant week that we've had. It's just been an absolute firestorm of people sending me some notes and comments, and it's just been absolutely great. So I thought it was deserving to send out something to let people know that are following or watching along. We found where the culprit is, we think, and we're gonna hopefully get to this as soon as we can. Like, if you're new here, I travel for work a lot, so I'm going to be gone for a couple of weeks, so this is going to have to sit idle. It's going to be on my mind, I guarantee it. And when we get back, we're going to dive into this thing, and we'll definitely post future updates on this bike, because I haven't given up hope. I haven't gone all crazy and said, yep, put it in the corner, we'll find a different bike for the 2024 ride around bike. This is still it. At least it is right now. Unless we find something else that hasn't shown its head, we're still riding this thing this summer. So stay with us, guys. Thank you so much again. I can't say it enough. Maybe I have probably many times in this video already, but thank you so much for the support. We'll see you guys in the next one.